everyone, my name is Teacher Jessie, and if you are watching this video, it is because you are ready to go on with your interview at Gogokid. I will try to make this as short and sweet as I can, mostly so that I don't have to edit this video because I've been editing all morning and my kids are like kind of really impatient with me. My name is Teacher Jessie. You are watching Reliable Roots. If you have not already signed up with Gogokid, I would love to have you as a referral. All my referrals, I like to walk through the entire process. I will send you a ton of information and help you each step of the way. I get paid $120 per teacher referral, so of course I want you to succeed. Not just to get your foot in the door, but to also get fully booked. It's very important that you get fully booked because that is how I get paid. So moving right along, let's get right into this video with how to pass your interview. If you have never taught English as a second language, there are a few basic things that I will go over real quick. If you have taught English already online, stick around because there are some things that you will need to know about the interview that may be different from other companies that you have worked with. So first of all, TPR. TPR is a very common thing in English ESL classes. It stands for Total Physical Response, and basically it is using your entire body and all around you to be able to communicate with the child. Remember, the child doesn't know any English is what we are geared towards, maybe a 6 to 8 year old. That is usually a good age range that the interviewer is going to step into that mindset that they don't speak any English whatsoever. So total physical response is how you are going to be able to communicate with them. Also using props. So if you are one of my referrals, I will be sending you a whole packet of printable props that you will have just for the interview. Now, if you are able to successfully pass the interview and go on, of course, I have a ton of props. I've been doing this for a while. I cleared out Target when they had their back to school bash, and I hit up the Dollar Tree all the time, and if there's something new and interesting, I will grab it. So another great idea for props is always rating your kids' stuff. If you have children, their toys, their stuffed animals, whatever it is, I rate their stuff all the time, and then they always yell at me, and it's this great symbiotic relationship that we have. I buy them toys so that I can use in my classroom. Anyway, getting right into it. TPR is total physical response. So basically, if I'm going to get your attention, I want you to look at what I'm saying. So I'm going to point to my mouth, and then I'm going to cut my ear because I want you to repeat what I'm saying. That is kind of the basics of TPR that most teachers know. You will also want to be using props whenever you do your interview. Now, the interview that Gogokid has, and I'm going to look at my notes to make sure that I tell you all the right information, we are going to be going over a hand. I think it's called Finger Mountain now, but this is what they sent me as far as the slide PowerPoint. So I believe it's the same thing, but I just think that it's called a different thing now. So that video, I will actually be bringing you a separate video of just me doing the 10-minute demo with your interview. Let me backtrack for a second. When you go to schedule your interview, it will be an interview with someone, and you will be doing a 10-minute demo in that interview. So you don't need to bring up your camera and immediately start pretending that they're a 6 or 8 year old child. You can talk to them. They're going to ask you questions, and then they will start the timer and do the demo. Now, for my demo, what I suggest doing is get your lovely phone out or some kind of kitchen timer or whatever like that, and just prop it up next to the computer. Of course, don't have it like where you're like looking at it all the time, but just so that you can kind of see at the eye, and set it for the 10-minute mark, and my interviewer let me hit go, and then I started, and that way I was able to manage my time so that I didn't run out of time or I didn't go too quickly. That's very important. Time management skills are one of the things that they are looking for in the interview. So back to props. If you are one of my referrals, I will send you printables. You can laminate them if you want. You don't have to if you just want to print them out and just to have something for the basic interview. After you pass, then you might want to get some more props or whatever you want to do. Easy props are just things that you can print off and laminate from the interview or from the internet. I did that for a very long time until I built up my collection. Of course, you could rate your kids' stuff as well. So with body language, you are going to want to be using your hands. Things like pointing to your fingers for sentences. Let me see what the slide is. Hand, hand, hand. You want to repeat each vocabulary word at least 3 times. So we're going to be doing arm, arm, arm. Okay, so at least 3 times to 5 times. And remember, they don't speak any English whatsoever. Now, before you get into your interview, you want to make sure that you are presentable. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my notes again. You want to wear something that is clean and neat, nothing that's wrinkly and all messed up. I'm sorry about my hair, but I've been up all morning since 3 a.m. and it's not too bad. Anyway, you do want to be neat and clean and presentable. You don't want to be, not. You need to have a background of some sort. Of course, don't be intimidated by my background. I've been working on this for a very long time. Very simple backgrounds can be made from the Dollar Tree. I've seen people who use those little three-wall cardboard things for science projects. You can get those from the Dollar Tree. Just decorate it, put it behind you anywhere you want in your house. There's your background. You don't have to spend a lot of money at all. Lighting is extremely important. They are looking for lighting. If it's dark, kids can't see your mouth, they can't see you. It just brings down the entire environment, really. My lamps, I am not able to show you. They are just featured right above my computer. And I think I got them for $18. They're one of those 5-prong lamp sets from Walmart. Before that, I like videography and photography, so I actually had soft boxes set up for like over 6 months, but they just took up a ton of room in my office. So the lamps, they work great. $18, $20 if you want that. Again, for your interview, lighting is extremely important. So I would go ahead and invest in that, or just try to do something that makes sure that your face is very visible and very lit up, as well as your background. Right now I'm talking to you from a Logitech HD 1080, I forgot what the number of it was, but it's a very nice web camera, and I spent about $50 on it. I don't use it. I use it for making videos, but I actually do not use it to teach in class anymore because of this. See that? Let's see. Of course, it's not going to do it now. There it goes. See how it gets blurry like that? Yeah, they don't like that. So I use my regular built-in camera on my Mac, and it does just fine. Now the reason why I even got this camera is because it makes me look a lot lighter, and I wanted a nice bright backdrop, but I never got any complaints before. But then after I started using this camera, I did get some parent complaints, or I think it was tech complaints, that they could not see me and that I was blurry. So I had to switch back to my web camera. So that is something to be wary of, is that if you are using an internal or an external, just do some demos, make sure that your lighting is bright, make sure that they can properly see you and that everything is highlighted. Okay, you want to maintain a proper distance from the camera. You don't want to be like super far away. I am in a standing classroom, and that is what I prefer. That way I can move around. I can do like this and that and the other. And especially if I have some younger kids, it works out really well that way. Also, I'm in my 30s, guys, is that if I'm having to sit down for hours on end, things start hurting. So I love standing up. It just works out a lot better like that. Of course, you don't have to stand up. You can sit down. But either way, just make sure that you're not way up close or way far back so that they can properly see your face. Okay. I'm talking extremely fast because I'm a fast talker, and I always like to keep my videos as short as possible. When you're in your interview, slow down. Do not talk like what I am talking. You want to talk very, very slow. You don't want to elongate words. Like, we're not going to say ball. I'm always going to use ball as an example. Ball. Whenever you are looking for a response from the child, be sure to wait 3, maybe even 5 seconds. You want to give them plenty of time to respond. That kind of goes against your natural inclination to like fill in that gap, because it's like, that's an awkward silence. But that's the wonderful thing about Gogokid's platform, especially doing this interview, is that you only are teaching them 2 words and 1 sentence, 3 sentences. Arm, hand, this is his arm, this is her hand, and thank you. So that's very easy. That's all they need to know. Speaking of which, make sure to meet the lesson objectives. Okay, you can extend all you want. Extension is like when you're trying to extend to make that 10-minute time slot, or when you're in class, you're trying to make the 25-minute time slot. Extension is great. They are looking for extensions during your interview or your demo, whatever you decide, or whatever you end up doing. However, make sure that you actually meet the lesson objectives. Don't start going crazy on extensions and then miss the whole point of you are teaching arm, hand, This is his arm. This is her hand. And thank you. Okay, what's next? Use simplified instructions and vocabulary. This is also a great time to do TPR, just so you want them to speak. Ideally, you want them to speak 60% of the class and you to speak 40% of the class. So get them talking. Arm, arm, arm. Okay, and you can never have too much encouragement. I just spent like 7 hours this morning encouraging, so I'm sorry if I'm not more encouraging right now, but let me give you a little demonstration of how much encouragement. I've got, again, this is my classroom that I've been working at for a while, but I've got clappers. Okay, I've got bubbles. Good job! Yay, you did it! In the interview, you will be giving out stars. I have my stars laminated and magnetized, and I've been using the same stars forever. I think I got these from the Dollar Tree. I will also include stars in your referral packet if you just want to print them out. I've got the paper version over here, so again, for the interview, you don't have to laminate them. So anyway, you have the option of doing 5 stars in a normal class. For a 10-minute interview, you don't have to give out all 5 stars in class, but they are looking for a secondary reward system. Now, don't get overwhelmed by the secondary reward system. It is very simple. In fact, I'm going to send you a very simple printout of a secondary reward for you to have in your classroom. Now, the one that I'm sending you is, where did I put it? Sorry. I should be better prepared. It is the monkey. The monkey. Let me take my stars down. Gets a banana. And so then I will just magnetize that, up there. So I'm sending that to you in your packet so that you can just print it out and laminate it and stick it. If you don't want to laminate it, I have found that tape works great, especially just for your interview. If you just want to, do something very simple just to make sure that you get through the interview. I used the painter's tape for a very long time before I magnetized everything. And even since magnetizing everything, I've kind of gone back on that because a lot of my magnets have fallen off. So you don't have to use the reward that I send you by any means. You do need to use the stars in the classroom in the interview. But rewards can be virtually anything. I've used this gingerbread man. I got him from the Dollar Tree, and just like making a gingerbread man, like, oh, you get a nose. Rewards are a great way to help extension, especially like the one that I sent you. Banana. And at the end of class, if you have enough time, you can also count up your bananas. That's also a great way to extend the lesson as well. Let's see, where are we at? 3, correct in a positive manner. Yes, you never want to say no to a child. You never want to say any kind of negative enforcements. If they get an answer wrong, you can just keep going. You can say the word again. Let's see, what's a popular one? Math. I've gotten a lot of math. So if I say math. Break it down as slowly as you can. Repeat it several times. Parents are looking for that, and the interviewer is looking for that. On that note, the interviewer will say something wrong because he or she is looking for you to correct them. Parents are always looking for that correction. If you are doing a demo, make sure that you pretend that they said something wrong so that you can correct them. That is very important. Okay, so you also want to ask open-ended questions as part of an extension. What do you see? Okay. Now, with the younger students, I have a tendency to say the same kind of open-ended questions. They might not know the word what, they might not know the word you, they might not know the word see. So in every single class, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say, can you click? Click. So that is a way to help them realize that I'm going to say that in every single class. And those are very simple TPR props trying to demonstrate how they can click and draw on the screen. Okay, moving on. So now I'm going to walk through the demo lesson step by step, and then I will be doing the actual demo lesson in a separate video. So we got look a hand or finger mountain. So the very first slide is just the it's the intro slide. So it is introducing you to what you're about to do. So when you go into your interview and you are doing your demo, the very first thing that I would be is smiling, very energetic, bring a lot of energy to it, and make sure you got your secondary rewards in the background, which I'm not going to get that set up. I will do that all in the actual demo video. So, hi. Hi. Remember, slow down, even though you might be nervous. I'm nervous right now. That's why I talk so fast. But slow down, take deep breaths, and take your time. Hi. My name is Teacher Jessie. Jessie. What is your name? Your name. So hopefully the interviewer will say, my name is so-and-so. If not, well, they should do that. Anyway, if your interviewer like really trips you up, just use that TPR, repeat, go very slowly. I think that interviewers are pretty lenient on that, is that they're wow, am I already at 16 minutes? I got to wrap this up. Okay, so moving on. The second slide that you will see is the warm-up, and this is where you will be using your very simplified questions. What do you see? Okay, and let's see. You want the student to click on the big hand. So this is a time where you can get out your mouse. This is your prop, and using your TPR, you say click. Can you click? Click on the hand. Hand. Click on the hand. Now I should back up and say at this time, hopefully you will also be having your timer going where you can see it and you can kind of gauge how long you should spend on each slide. There are 12 slides. You have 10 minutes, so adjust accordingly. You do want to do a nice introduction. You do want to do a nice goodbye, and you want to hit that 10-minute mark. If you can hit that 10-minute mark right on time, props, very good props. The next slide, number 3, is hands. So this is where you do want them to click. Click, again, you're saying the same thing, click on the hand, and then you have them repeat the vocabulary words 3 to 5 times. The next one is going to be arm. You have them click on the arm, and this is also where you can use some more props. I am sending you a picture of a hand and then a picture of an arm. If you have a puppet, you can say hand, arm. That's not a great example. You can use your own hand, arm. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Hand. That's one that I use. And then I also got this, I think, from the Dollar Tree. Everything's from the Dollar Tree. Hand. So those are my different props. The next one, slide number 4. Is that 4? No, 5. No, wait, 1. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide number 5 is a game. So you're going to actually say the word hand. So you want the student to click on the hand. So hand. Can you click on the hand? Okay, and that is how you're going to be able to demonstrate that, and do the same thing with arm. Ask the student to click on the arm. Yeah. Okay, next one is another game, and it's I Spy. So you're going to ask the student to click on the egg to start the animation. Now this is where you can also use your other pointer tools, where you get the option of circling and pointing. So utilize those tools. I should back up. When you are able to get into the classroom up to 30 minutes in advance, I would definitely utilize that. Get in there, play around with all the features. There is a built-in timer. There is, the timer is like if you wanted to play a game with them and you want to say ready, set, go, that kind of thing. It's a built-in timer where they can see and you can see. There are a lot of different colors that you can use for your pens. There's arrows and there's circles. There's also like colored circles, all sorts of things. So get in there and play around with that. So what I would do is that I would use an arrow and point to the egg because you want the student to click on the egg. Okay, you can also, if you wanted to print out the egg, that's another great idea. So you can do click on the egg. I don't have a printed out version of that because normally I just use the arrow. Can you click on the egg to get them to start the animation? So you're going to say the word hand and ask the student to find the hand and say the word arm, and ask the student to find the arm. Okay. That is slide number 6. So slide number 7 is when you are introducing the sentence. This is this is his arm. So again, you're going to click on the egg. Same sort of thing to start the animation. Click on, you're going to ask the student what they see. So what do you see? And then ask the student to show you his or her arm. So again, you say, arm. Can I see your arm? Your arm. Arm. Now, with each thing that the person does or that you are pretending that the person does, you want to use a lot of excitement, a lot of praise. Yay! Good job! Very good! And you want to be utilizing your secondary rewards, which I will do in the demo video. So the next one is slide number 8. This is his hand. Again, with these sentences, you want to repeat them 3 to 5 times because that is the lesson objective. So now you're going to click on the speech bubble you're going to ask the student, what do you see? And you're going to click on the speech bubble to listen to the sound. And then you're going to repeat that sentence several times and ask the student to show you his or her hand. So can you, all that. So you got it. So this is his arm and this is her hand is slide number 9. You're going to ask them to repeat after you. What do you see? At this point, if you're looking at your clock and you're on slide number 9 and it's like 6 minutes, this is the point where you can start extending. What do you see? I see pink. I see yellow. I see butterflies. Say all that slower. You can count the butterflies. I see a boy. I see a girl. I see bees. All of those things. I see stars. You can also bust out your secondary reward and start, really explaining banana, and keep going at that. Now, if you are falling behind, then you can kind of start to speed up. This is his arm. This is her hand. I mean, don't go too fast by any means because, again, you're still dealing with smaller children. 22 minutes. Wow, I got to wrap this up. Okay, so... then you got slide number 10, which is the review slide that you are just going to go over all of that. Again, if you are falling behind like I am, a 23-minute video, you are just going to go through that somewhat quickly, but don't try to rush it too much, arm, just go through all of it. Now, they have the daily English on that you did not go over, so be sure to circle that and underline that. I always underline and circle everything as I say it with the highlighter. Arm, as I'm doing it, hand. This is her, and of course you're always doing TPR too, is that as I'm reviewing it, this is hand, this is arm, this is his arm, this is her hand. The final slide is the video, or the song. You can click the play button and then it will sing the song. You don't have to know the song. I always have my trusty microphone, and what I always love to do that the kids and the interviewer gets somewhat of a kick out of, la 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 la. I have a terrible voice, so the kids especially get a real kick out of that, and it also helps them to kind of open up and sing. Sometimes I'll even go, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if your interviewer will like doing that in a call center, but you can give it a try. This is her arm, this is her hand. It'll play it, just pretend like you're singing along. And I always like to highlight the words as I go along. And the final slide is bye, and you're going to say, lots of congratulations. You're going to make sure that you have given them stars, make sure that you have given them secondary rewards, make sure that you have met your lesson objectives, and make sure that you are right at that 10-minute mark. That is all very important stuff. Okay, did I include everything? Oh, I'm sorry this video is so long. I'm not used to doing very long videos. Frozen up. Wonderful. It's like my computer's telling me that's enough videoing for today. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Did it freeze again? I'm sorry. Now I'm going to have to edit it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this very long video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. You can contact me through many different ways, all in the description box below. And I would love to have you as a referral. I would love to help you through the whole process if you're not already signed on. Good luck with your interview. Let me know if I can be of any more assistance, and I'll see you next time. Bye.